Hi, it's Matt, and this is my morning monologue evening edition. I've got a bunch of evening editions. So, I've noticed that when reading Amazon reviews and online reviews for things, I noticed that a lot of them are written like in the structure of a good scene or like a good improvised scene. So, for example, when you're improvising a scene, what I would advise is to really have a feeling in the beginning, feel something toward your scene partner, and feel it like on a scale of 1 to 7, let's say, feel it at like a 4, so you're sort of fully stated, and immediately look for an opportunity to change that feeling. All right, to have some sort of transformation. So anyway, I think that a lot of reviews, like online reviews, have that really cool structure. And so, for example, like if you look at like 5-star reviews, or like 1-star reviews, we'll start with like a one star review. They usually start off by saying like really positive things, like I'm looking at one right now, and it says like, this is 1 star. Like, oh, I saw this in the store, and it was everything that I was looking for, and I bought the medium, and I got it home. The fit was perfect. It was the right length, and it was all loose all around, very flattering. I showed it to my sister, and she complimented me on how great it looked. And then I went to wash it, as I do with all my new clothes. I'm sort of paraphrasing here. And I followed the instructions on the tag: machine wash, cold. You can see there's a turn coming up here, right? On gentle cycle, the person like even sort of like dials it up a little bit here. I even air dried it, placing it. I even air dried it versus placing it in the dryer on low. So this person clearly is setting us up for some big shrinkage, right? And we know that from the get-go because we see the 1 star. And then it goes on to say, after it dried, that it was way too snug and it was unflattering, and it shrunk up. So anyway, yes. So that's an example of what to look for when you see like a 1 star and then like a story. I guarantee you it's going to start off like really hopeful. Like it looked like, everything I imagined. Oh, the reviews were wonderful until blah, 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 blah. Okay, here's another one, again, with this particular thing. And this one says, it says, shrinks is the headline. And it says, I usually don't write reviews, but this shrunk significantly after 1 wash! Exclamation point. Now I can't wear it. Period. And I just think it's really fascinating. Like I really, this one draws me in. I want to know more because they usually don't write reviews, as they say right here, but it shrunk significantly after 1 wash! Exclamation point. Boom. But it shrunk significantly after 1 wash! Boom. Now I can't wear it. Period. Right? I want to meet that person. I want to talk to them about it. Now I'm going to flip to some positive reviews, and these ones are the opposite. They're like they're like these are like the 5-star reviews, and this one is for a coffee maker, for a percolator, like an on the stove percolator, and I actually bought it, and it's really good. But it says, like, this one right here is a very long thing. I had a percolator. They say, like, I had a percolator years ago, but I couldn't remember how it performed or tasted. And then it goes on to list like all these other, disappointing coffee makers and stuff like that. And then it goes on, and then it just gets to this percolator. I'm saying this is probably like I'm going to say this is like a 750 word review. Obviously they had some coffee before they wrote it. And then it goes on to be just a glowing review, and it talks about like how this is well into it. Talks about like the smell in the morning is so delightful, and the only drawback is you need to have extra time to brew it. But this person says, but they're retired, so so there you go. And this one I really like. This is again a 5-star review. This is for the percolator. For about 5 years, I have been simplifying my life. Some would call it, and do, going retro. I don't know if that's what going retro is. I think that going retro is sort of going back to like an older style, something that was, fashionable a while ago, and then going back to it. But who cares, right? Going retro or a Luddite, again, like I'm not so sure that simplifying means a Luddite. I think that a Luddite is someone who rejects technology or whatever. But hey, Google that. But percolated coffees seem to be the next thing to do. And I'm thinking like, wow, so they've simplified their life so much that they thought, well, what else could I gotta simplify my coffee routine. And more power to them. And so then they go on, and this one, I'm gonna leave you with this one right here. Again, this is a 5-star review, and there's a story to it. And this is the part I like. I'll identify it in just a moment. I bought it for a camping trip. The coffee was so good that I put away my other coffee makers and my fancy plastic brewers, and I started using it every day. That was over 4 years ago. That's what they say. And then they go on to say there's a learning curve and everything. But I think it's really interesting that they wrote this review 4 years after buying that percolator. 4 years. Amazing. I want to meet this person.